Hey, it's Brian Mudd. This is my cheat sheet for Friday, September 9th, the president's speech last night. I fact-checked it, and I have a breakdown with a lot of sources here from everything from AP to CNN Money to CNBC, highly biased outfits from a conservative standpoint. But here's the bottom line. You're going to hear two numbers, $447 billion and one over $300 billion. I don't look at extending this year's tax policy on things like the $1,500 Social Security tax credit, payroll tax credits, as spending. It's not. Tax breaks are not the equivalent of spending. But what is spending is almost $300 billion, what the president proposed last night. And really, what we're taking a look at is a situation where it is not paid for. The fact of the matter is, the president said it's paid for, it is not. He's saying that he will propose a plan to help reduce the deficit within the next couple of weeks. The problem therein lies that he's talking about tax increases as a part of that. In terms of who pays taxes, well, I have the breakdown that's also on the text version, the cheat sheet. Bottom line is, 1% of Americans pay for 38% of all of the federal government. You have 53% of Americans that pay 100% of it. 47% of Americans pay no federal income tax and 40% profit off of it. The definition of fair share is subjective, but the bottom line is the facts cannot be disputed. We already have an overwhelming majority of this country being paid for by the underwhelming majority of it. 5% of Americans, by the way, pay for 59% of everything at the federal level. What the president's policies are advocating for is an extension of the original stimulus. The only thing that's different with this plan in its incarnation, other than the extension of tax policy from this year, is that he's changed the word shovel-ready jobs with infrastructure. Otherwise, it's more of the same that we've seen. And we already saw that the first stimulus package did not work. Bottom line is, I could not support anything that includes new spending. What I do think common ground can be found on is corporate tax reform. He cited that. I think there's a real need there. I do think you'll see the existing tax code from this year be extended. I think those are things that we can agree on and move forward with. But new spending, absolutely not. And by definition, the president is advocating for socialism in the United States of America. Redistribution of wealth. Taking more money from people who earn it and giving it to people who pay no federal income tax. That is, by definition, socialism. I'm a firm believer that that needs to be rejected everywhere that we can, because that is not what made this country great. Free enterprise, working hard, and becoming successful monetarily and otherwise is what makes this country great, and that the government getting out of the way of individuals and businesses is what will lead to a better economy. We need to be focused on reducing our debt, not taking money out of the pockets of those who have become more monetarily successful to an even greater extent to what we currently see. All right, enough said there. Let's move on to auto insurance. This is going to be something that's important to you. If you have lied to your auto insurance company about 3 hot buttons: the average estimated mileage, who drives your car, and where you park it at night, it's time to get that corrected. Many insurance companies are starting to crack down. In a lot of cases, if it otherwise seems like a legitimate claim, your insurance company would just go ahead and pay it out. But let's say that somebody's driving the car that you did not list. In some cases now, they're rejecting paying out those claims. In other cases, they're outright canceling policies. Same deal if they see that you're driving a whole lot more than you told them on average, or if you park the car at night at a place that's different than what you said. Insurance companies, when you file those claims, will look at it, and they may make you pay for your own car, and they may outright cancel you. So make those corrections. The Pandora killer, I think we've got it. iHeartRadio. I implore you to click the link below. Go to iHeart. In summation, I think it's the iTunes Store meets satellite radio meets Pandora. It's a pretty cool product, and it's free to use. You can create your own radio station, listen to stations from all over the country, and iHeart is going to be available in many car models starting next year as well. Use it and love it. I think you will, and I don't think you'll have any need for satellite radio very soon, and I don't think you need Pandora starting today. iHeartRadio, it's a cool thing. Comparing apps to apps, I invite you to take a look at the breakdown I have. Ultimately, here's the big difference between the two: the security of the apps. See, with the Apple Store, we know that they retain complete control over it, and with the Droid stores, you have the ability to develop an app and put it on there yourself. We do continue to see security risk with the difference in the apps, so I highly recommend that if you do use a Droid product, stick to apps that have been out there for a bit of time or are from reputable companies that you're familiar with. don't just download something new that's free on the Droid platform, because they are still experiencing security risks there. That is the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back with you on Monday.